Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Midweek War. We are here to talk the go-home show to Takeover Brooklyn. It's NXT time. I'm Mad Mike. You know who I am. I'm very excited because I am Brooklyn bound this weekend. Might be wearing this shirt. Might not. Haven't decided yet. I may put a poll up in the Facebook group. I don't know. But with me, as always, to talk about NXT is the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling. Eamon Paton, how are you?
I'm good. I am not Brooklyn bound, so that makes me sad. But hey, it's still going to be a really fun show, and I'm sure we'll discuss more of TakeOver as well as this week's NXT. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was a little worried that we were just going to get a recap show, like a preview deal, but we actually got pretty solid NXT this week.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. All right, so keeping that in mind, Eamon, what's your word for NXT this week?
My word for NXT this week is women.
That is an excellent word. I am going to go with
Okay. It's more of a sound, but yes.
No, it's a word. It's a word. Webster's defines it as an onomatopoeia of someone contemplating something.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't read the dictionary. Who's read the dictionary? All right. So, Eamon, what would be your good this week for NXT?
My good is going to go to the technical main event of the week. It wasn't the last segment, but the main event of the week, which was the six-woman tag that they did, featuring some of the newer stars of NXT. I think it was really well done. I think it's good because we mentioned before in the show with some of the exodus of some of the girls to the main roster, and possibly who knows, Bayley's probably not long for NXT. You never know with some of these people. It's good to bring up some more people and get them more spots. I thought this six-woman tag was a good way to do it.
Yeah, I was really surprised that on the heels of what was a six-woman tag match at SummerSlam, we got a six-woman tag on NXT. I do think it's kind of cool that they all seem to have their own little gimmicks happening. Like, I felt more personality from all six women in this match than I have from, say, a Billie Kay or a Peyton Royce that's been on TV for months.
That's true. Yeah. I think some of them have a bit more defined gimmicks, I feel, as opposed to like some of the Billie Kay or Peyton Royce ones. Like, and I think I don't know, it was just cool to get to showcase them a bit and show them show them off and introduce them, because you're probably going to need to going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was especially curious to see Daria. Looks like she's doing like an MMA gimmick.
Yeah, I think she has a background in MMA.
Yeah, I think I remember that from Tough Enough. But like, she's coming out like in fight shorts and like tape fists and stuff like that. Like, it was actually pretty cool. Like, I could see. I don't know how good of a wrestler. That's the only thing about this, is that it didn't really showcase a lot of their individual skills.
Yeah.
Because it was a six-woman tag, and Carmella and Alexa did pretty much the bulk of the work.
Yeah, they were kind of the focal points of the match.
Yeah. Although I love the backstage segments.
I was about to say, yeah.
The backstage segments with the Carmella and Alexa each trying to fire their team up. Did Alexa scream "stretch harder"? Because I'm pretty sure she did.
Mandy was trying to just basically stretch. She just like stretch harder of all the things to yell at somebody.
So good. I'm really gonna miss Alexa on NXT.
Yeah,
really am.
Yeah, I was, though. I really enjoyed the match. Obviously, Daria and Mandy were two of the Tough Enough girls from last season. I thought Mandy Rose did really well too. I'm glad she's sort of in the role that she's in, because I think she could have obviously been she's been on Total Divas and stuff like that. She could have been the Eva Marie, like, gets hotshotted up quickly to the main roster. But I think they've set her up well by working in NXT.
Yeah, I mean, she still seems kind of like an Eva Marie character.
Right. I mean, Corey Graves reacted the same way he reacts to Eva Marie.
I'd say even more emphatic.
Yeah.
Even more emphatic. But yeah, all right. So my good this week, that interview segment.
Oh, the closer? Yeah.
Oh man, it was so much fun. I don't know what's gonna happen at Brooklyn. Like, Shinsuke Nakamura is just playing, just not taking it seriously, but taking it seriously is one of my favorite things. Like, he's just messing with Joe, and Joe, like, getting so furious. It's amazing. I can't wait to the match.
Yeah, it should be really fun.
Also, all the security around the interview area, I've never seen that before. That was really, really fun. Like, it gave it a big fight feel.
Yeah.
All right, but not every show is perfect, as we all know. Eamon, what was your bad this week for NXT?
My bad for NXT this week. God, it's hard because there's only 2 matches, and a lot of it, the rest of it was mainly recap stuff. God, my bad for this week. It's hard to say. I would have loved some more. I don't know. I would have loved maybe a segment, actually, instead of a promo package of one of the matches that they showed in the promo package. Like, they had a promo package that kind of summed up like a couple matches on the show, and I would have loved instead like one of those have like a segment. I'm thinking something maybe with Rude and Almas, because that one was still very new.
Yeah, that was pretty much where I was gonna lean with my bad too. We've got 2 matches in there that really need a healthy dose of story.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rude and Almas immediately comes to mind. And while they've done okay with Aries and Jose, I wouldn't mind maybe another segment. Or something. Like, just because, like, and I'm sure they're going to be great matches, but they just seem like an unripe
They need
tomato.
something extra. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're still going to be fun matches. So, all right. So Eamon, if you had to change something about this week's NXT, what would it be?
My change, I think, is going to go to the last segment. Just from I really liked it. My only thing was when Joe gets provoked, so to speak, and they have to have the security guards separate them. I feel like either because of the language barrier or because something, like, they missed it felt like Joe got angry out of nowhere.
Oh no, I could see where it was coming from.
Yeah, I don't know. It just I kind of would have liked it to escalate maybe a bit more. I still liked it.
Yeah, I get you wanted basically another got your nose, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted another guy.
You're there, like, Joe, of course I respect you. I have your nose.
Yeah.
Like, just something like that would have been
something along that line. But yeah, other than that, I really like the segment.
My change is going to be Hideo Itami.
Okay.
I feel like we need to at least try and give him some direction.
Okay.
Because he hasn't spoken once since he's been back. He hasn't even addressed the fact that he was taken out by someone.
Yeah.
And, I mean, as of press time, the only person in NXT that was there when he was taken out is Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that Joe did it. I'm saying that he probably could have. And that maybe we could have teased something. That's why my word was because I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it may. Obviously, we'll get into Takeover, but I'm thinking because I think it's very interesting that Hideo doesn't have a match on Takeover, and I think that we may see him in some form or fashion on the show.
Yeah, I mean, Hideo, it almost seems like he came back at the wrong time. Like, for as long as he was gone, because there's a lot going. Like, Takeover is stacked. That is a stacked show.
Yeah, it's almost as if it would, and maybe unless they're going to do something, but obviously, it would almost have been better if he returned like the week after.
Yeah, or the night of Takeover.
Or the night of Takeover. And hey, I still, obviously this is only his second match, back, but I think, I'd like to think they have a plan with him. My inkling is to say, like, they've really hinted at nothing, but my inkling and suspicion is that there's a plan. Like there's some big plan that I think will kind of get unraveled at Takeover.
I really hope so, because, I mean, I like Hideo. But right now, he seems more lost than Almas does.
Yeah.
And that's saying something. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a spot for him right now. I almost would have just liked if someone just drafted him. And he just bypassed coming back to NXT altogether, and he just went right up to the main roster. Like,
Okay.
I think that almost would have been better for him, because then you could have put him on a show where whoever attacked him was there, and you could have had that him surprise that person at SummerSlam, like a Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Or hell, even turn Sammy or turn Finn. Like, you could have had Hideo surprise one of those guys.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
And who knows? Maybe they will still do that. Like, you never know. Like,
yeah, they
depends.
could. I mean, because when Sammy came back, he was in NXT for a cup of coffee, and then he went up to main roster. So, who knows? But, Eamon, before we get to the... do you want to do the rankings first or the predictions first?
Let's do rankings first for this episode.
All right. So where did you rank NXT this week based on the 3 shows we had?
I ranked it number 2 this week.
Okay.
It's a good episode. It's good at Go Home. I like that, like you mentioned, I like that they also had matches on this show. I think there's another show on this week that has a beat. But, I enjoyed NXT this week.
Yeah, I'm also going to go number 2. This is a pretty easy week to rank. The shows are very clearly defined in quality. We'll get to it. But yeah, NXT, it was a great go home, and I'm more excited about Takeover. Not more excited than I was last year, but still very excited. Like, Joe Nakamura is going to be an ass kicker of a match. Bailey Asuka is going to be great. I'm so amped for that tag title match. That is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
All right, so Eamon, do you have the card?
I do. We believe we have 6 matches at this point.
Yes.
So we'll run through those. I saw also on because they released, like, as a T-shirt or whatever that has the advertising of the matches, and one of them had TM61 against the Authors of Pain. I'm assuming that's going to be taped for the TV show.
Yeah, what they did last year, because I bought that shirt, they had all of the matches that were taking place on all of the on the entire show, like, because the pay-per-view starts at 8, but I think my tickets say 7, so I'm sure they're filming stuff beforehand.
Yeah, and they'll do a pre-show too and stuff like
Where
that.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
where did you see that?
I saw it on, like, a random tweet. I'd have to find it.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking on Shop and I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's on Shop yet. I think there's merch coming soon, but hopefully, I haven't seen it yet. But so of the matches on the card that are officially on the Takeover card, we've got women's match, Billie Kay taking on the debuting Ember Moon. I think, I'm gonna go Ember here. I think it's it kind of translates pretty easily. This is obviously personal-wise, I'm very excited for this match. So,
yeah, generally, if you're debuting at Takeover, you're gonna win your match. So yeah, I'll go Ember Moon too. Poor Billie Kay.
Poor Billie.
Bobby's gonna be very sad.
Bobby probably has the opposite opinion, but whatever. Next we've got Austin Aries taking on No Way Jose. Interested in.
It's a tough one to call.
I think this has a sleeper potential to be a really great match. Like, I think No Way Jose has potential, and I think Aries is the kind of guy that can bring it out of him. I'm gonna go Aries here. I think I'm leaning towards Aries.
Okay. All right. I think. Damn. This one, and I think the next one you're gonna call are the hardest to call of the night, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, actually, not really. I'm gonna go Jose.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Jose, but Aries attacks him afterwards.
Okay, that's
like Jose gets like a quick roll up or something like that, like a schoolboy, and Aries is shocked.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's the way it's gonna go. Because this is the first time No Way Jose has been on a real big stage, and Aries doesn't necessarily need that win. I think No Way Jose does.
Okay. Cool. That's actually interesting because it plays in the next match. Bobby Roode debuting against Andrade Cien Almas. For some reason, my inclination was to say Andrade wins, Bobby Roode attacks him afterwards.
Yeah.
I like the idea of almost getting like a surprise win, and then like Bobby Roode, who's supposed to be this like, no pun intended, but glorious like, guy that's gonna save NXT, bring it to the higher levels, gets beat on his debut. Like I think that would be really cool. And also I think that they need something for him to do as well. I don't think he'll fast track right up to the top level yet, so they're gonna need something for him to do a bit, and maybe a bit more stuff with Almas, and that would be what he needs.
Yeah, I was gonna say almost for the same reasons. Just because I want there to be a backstage segment with Aries and Rude. Like, how did we lose? How did we lose? We're great and glorious. And by the way, that's what I want their tag team name to be.
Right.
Great and glorious. But you know what? Just for argument's sake, I'll say Bobby Roode, because you debut at a takeover. You hardly ever lose your first match.
That's true.
Yeah, so I could see Rude win by cheating.
Yeah.
Like on the ropes, grabbing tights, something like that. Definitely not a clean win.
Yeah, I think they need something as well to give Almas a bit more, because I think people like Almas, but they aren't like thoroughly behind him.
That's because NXT's done nothing with him yet.
Yeah. I think they need something to kind of get the crowd behind him, and I think positioning him as the top face against Rude, I think, is the way to do it.
Yeah. Alrighty, next match.
Title matches now. Tag team titles. The Revival against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. This I'm up in the air on. I really am interested. Based off some of the other teams in NXT right now, I'm leaning towards Gargano and Ciampa. I would still be very happy if the Revival wins, because the Revival is probably one of my favorite teams right now. But as a safety, I'm going to say Gargano and Ciampa.
Oh, damn. I want Gargano and Ciampa to win this so badly.
Yeah.
I really do. All right, I'm calling the Revival. I'm also calling a turn.
Okay.
I'm calling a turn. I have a feeling that someone is going to be super upset that he lost in the Cruiserweight Classic.
That could work as well. And I mean, because
I want this on record. I don't want to see that. As amazing as it would be to see those two guys fight again for something real, I don't want to see it, but I think it's going to happen.
I also think and they haven't confirmed it. I think I liked it because they confirmed it last year at Takeover.
The Dusty Classic.
Do you think we're doing another Dusty Classic?
I don't know, because we're just finishing one tournament, the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
And supposedly right after the Cruiserweight Classic is when the Cruiserweight division is going to start on Raw. So I don't know if we're going to do a whole Dusty Classic again this year. I really don't.
I think or do something different with it, where it's maybe not tag teams, But I think it'll be interesting. If they're doing the Classic, I think the Gargano Ciampa, if they're going to turn on each other, would happen later in the tournament.
You know what I could see? If they do a Dusty Classic this year, do it with the women.
Yeah, that could work.
Like just a straight up women's division for a Dusty Classic. That could be really fun.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the match, I think I think all the title matches especially could go either way on this show. And I would be happy, but I'm leaning towards Gargano and Ciampa.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next title match.
Women's title. Bayley versus Asuka. This is difficult.
I predict sadness.
Yeah.
I predict I'm going to cry like a little child.
Oh, probably. Because I think it's going to be very emotional filled. I'm saying Asuka is going to win. So, I don't know. Just to me, it's telegraphed as I think Bayley has a chance of winning. But I also think that it's kind of telegraphed that with you bringing in of Ember Moon, that she would be the one to take out Asuka. since you don't, other than Bailey, you don't really have anyone positioned who can believably take her down. So either they have Bailey win here, or they don't have anything other than Ember Moon.
Asuka's gonna kick Bailey's headband off.
But
it's
gotta be something different. It's gotta be something. I think it's gotta be more competitive than the last match between. The two of them.
Absolutely. Because we're gonna see aggressive Bailey. So it should be interesting. I'd love to see Bailey win.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Bailey win it again. Because we eventually do need first two-time champions for all these divisions.
Yeah. Right now, the only ones we have is Revival.
Yeah. I think we absolutely do need that eventually. Bailey would be the perfect person to do it. I want Bailey to win because I don't want her to get called up to SmackDown. No, I'm dead serious about this. SmackDown. Bailey looks SmackDown bound right now, and I think that's a disservice to her.
Yeah,
and I feel like, easy prediction is Asuka's going to win. Bailey's going to debut at SummerSlam or the night after SummerSlam.
I almost really don't want Bailey called up now. Like for the last year, we wanted to be like, Bailey's going to get called up. Bailey needs to get called up. And now with the draft, I really don't want her to get called up because I feel like you SmackDown especially, but really on either brand, she's not really reaching her full potential when it comes to her marketability.
Well, we also said we wanted Bailey called up because we said, NXT's going to be fine. They got Carmella. They got Nia Jax.
Yeah.
They got Alexa Bliss. They have Asuka. Now they only have one of those. So, it's going to be Asuka. It's going to be Asuka. I don't want it to be Asuka. I want Bailey to win. I want her... I kind of like... I want, to be a thing where Bailey wins in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I think because we're still going to have a couple of SummerSlams. I think SummerSlam next year is in Brooklyn and maybe even the year after that. I'm not positive on that. But I think it'd be really cool if someone can identify with a city that much because when that person loses in that city, it will make it that more important.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because, you can have Bailey win and then there's a rubber match. Because, a rubber match between Bailey and Asuka at the next Takeover, so you don't have to push Ember Moon to the top right away.
Yeah, because I feel like you need to give her a bit more. They did
with Asuka. Asuka feud with Emma and Dana for way too long. But it was good because it helped us get to know Asuka.
I don't even think too long. I think it was the perfect time, really. It was a period where you need to sort of grow with that person. I think she's great. I think Ember Moon could easily become the NXT Women's Champion. But I know her. Not everyone knows her. So you have to build that relationship in that sense. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm predicting Asuka. I want to see Bailey just to see what that, because you could do another rubber match where it's like a steel cage match or a submission match. Could you imagine a submission match with Bailey and Asuka? That would be awesome.
That could be fun.
Yeah, you could do it the same way they did Bailey and Sasha, have a best of.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. Plus, it delays Bailey going up to the main roster. Because right now, unless they're using her to fill Eva Marie's spot, which doesn't make any sense because that's the heel side. You almost don't need her on SmackDown until they announce there's a SmackDown title for the women.
Yeah.
And plus, right now, if you throw Bailey onto SmackDown and she doesn't win that women's title right away, why the fuck did you even do that?
Yeah. I don't think you have a big enough. I agree. I think you would need some kind of a heel. Honestly, at this point, I would rather they bring up somebody who's really not even on the show on NXT, bring them up to SmackDown if you feel like they're in a place where they're ready.
See, all right, and this goes into what I think is going to happen with SummerSlam now. I think Nikki Bella's going to SmackDown.
Oh, actually, yeah, Nikki Bella would be better.
Nikki Bella going to SmackDown. She'll be on the same show as Cena. She already has history with Natty, with Becky. I think that's the perfect way to go. you can delay Bayley moving up there so Bayley can have one last run. And then at the next takeover in Full Sail, she can lose to Asuka, and then she can say her goodbyes at Full Sail. I think that's the better way to go.
Yeah, I think
yeah. All right, so you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, Eamon. I'm changing my pick. I'm wearing my Bayley band. We're going Bayley.
Okay,
I convinced myself to do this.
Okay, so we get the main event. Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura, NXT Championship. This one I think is a bit interesting. God,
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I want to say, you know what? I'm going with Nakamura. Because going back to the sort of the Bayley conversation, I think Joe can get called up. And I think Joe.
Oh, I don't think that's happening.
I think. Well, as far as like the way the rosters are right now on the main shows, I think SmackDown needs a great heel. SmackDown needs a top heavyweight title, great heel.
Eamon, have you forgotten they're getting Kurt Hawkins?
Fuck off.
No, I agree with you. Joe can be called up. I don't agree that he will be. I think he's going to be a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, if he gets called up and he gets called up to Raw, that's stupid. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really stupid. He's needed on SmackDown, I feel.
Yeah. See, I'm even wearing the Nakamura shirt, but I think I have to go Samoa Joe.
I also have this strange feeling of something, and I want to get your thoughts on it because
you can feel it coming in the air tonight.
No, not that. Okay. Going back to what we talked about on NXT this week, I feel like Hideo's got to play into this somehow.
Mm-hmm. That I was thinking that too. That's why I'm thinking Joe.
And well, I'm thinking either Joe wins, or I'm also thinking, and I don't know why I'm thinking this. I'm thinking that for some reason, something's inclining me that NXT is going to do for the first time ever, in my opinion, for them, and do a stable of wrestlers. The fact that Japanese wrestlers have kind of taken over NXT.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking like a reverse Bullet Club?
Almost a reverse Bullet Club with... I don't know why. This is literally just a thought that came into my head. There's probably no basis on it. But like almost a reverse Bullet Club with Nakamura, Hideo, Asuka.
And Kota Ibushi?
Maybe Kota. Even though Kota, I don't know, is signed yet. But yeah, you could add like a Kota. You know, there's guys you could do it with. There's definite guys you could do it with.
That'd be interesting.
And I think we even mentioned before the idea of doing like a TNA guys versus New Japan guys. Even though Hideo's that New Japan.
Yeah, we definitely joked about that. Like TNA versus New Japan is gonna happen.
Like either that or Joe, Aries, and Roode team up. Like that's...
Eamon, did you hear the rumors about Mr. Sorry About Your Damn Choices?
I did hear that. I'll be honest.
Could you imagine if he shows up on Saturday?
Here's my thing. If because of what he said that he's going to do now, just based off of his words, I don't want that to happen.
I don't want it either, but like I don't want him to team with Bobby Roode. I don't know. I think it could be really fun.
I think it defeats the purpose of Bobby's story. You know what I mean?
You could have James Storm show up and him like want to team up with Roode, and then you could have Bobby Roode be like, "Oh, hey, buddy."
Also, how
like not want to do it.
Also, what world are we living in where like James Storm gets like some time in NXT, declines signing a contract to go work for TNA again, and then leaves TNA, and is going to be brought back into NXT? Like, I don't know. If maybe they're super charitable and are super nice people, I don't know. But like to me, like that, if that happened to me, I'd be like, no, we're not bringing you back. Like
he just wanted that sweet King of the Mountain championship money.
Jesus. God, but no, yeah, it's. I don't know.
This pay-per-view is going to be real interesting. Because I'd say, with the exception of Ember Moon and Billie Kay, every other match can go both ways. Could go both ways. Like, I think the surest bet, even though I didn't predict it, is Gargano and Ciampa winning the tag titles. I think that's the surest bet. Everything else is up in the air.
But then again, keep in mind the surest bet last takeover was that American Alpha was going to win, and then they didn't.
This is a fair point. This is a fair point. So who the fuck knows? I'm just excited to see it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
By the way, standard rules for Mad Mike going to shows apply. If you see me there and you refer to me as Mad Mike, you are allowed to chop me. Hasn't happened yet. It might. If it does...
Because our listeners are two nice people, Mike.
Sure, that's the reason. I just think New York's a big city, Eamon. They don't see me. I'm like John Cena in this piece.
God. So that's our takeover predictions.
Yes.
It's this Saturday. Should be a really fun show. I'm excited.
Me too.
It's going to be fun.
I'm so excited for it. I want to make this a yearly tradition. I hope they always come back to Brooklyn. Because I think Triple H did an interview where he said TakeOver is like NXT's WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I've been to 2 WrestleManias.
Jesus.
All right. So, Eamon, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Eamon2Please, and you can also check out Inspire Pro Wrestling, the company I'm involved with over at InspireProWrestling.com.
All right. You can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Also, hit up this guy, Eamon. Have you seen this new Twitter account that the Mayhem Show's been retweeting? At Vince Senior's Ghost.
I think I've seen that. It's good to see people from the extraterrestrial life can make their way on the Twitter.
Yeah, he did a live tweet of NXT last night. It was actually pretty good. I think the old man liked what he saw. Go figure.
Yeah.
Go figure. Just look up at Vince SNRS Ghost. Very, very intriguing old-timey view on modern wrestling. I think he also live tweeted Impact once. Wasn't a fan. Anyway, you can also go to our Facebook group if you have any questions if you have predictions for a takeover. Let us know. We'll read them next week. We'll give you props if you're right, but only if you send them in before Saturday at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Alrighty, so for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.